So today what we are going to talk about, do some exercises on, meditate to is manifesting. It's one of my favorite things. And I know this word has so much around it and we hear it. And sometimes, like I used to think when I first started in this work, like that's make believe, that's not a real thing, it's only for certain people. But I've been learning about all this really cool stuff over the last 10 years of energy and science and manifesting and spirituality and who we are and what we are and what we're capable of. And I remember, I don't know, maybe it was like 8 years ago, my dad sent me this book by the author Shakti Gawain. You guys might have heard, some of you might have heard of her. And it's a book called Creative Visualization. And there was something inside of me that was like, this is interesting. There's something to this. This woman, the energy of the words feel happy and she attracts a lot in her life. And then I, did some of the exercises and I'm like, yeah, but I don't understand. I'm just like picturing things in my mind. Who the hell is on the other side of this? Is it Santa Claus? Like noticing what it is that I'm picturing? Like, how is this doing anything? Is this made up? So if you're skeptical, like I get it, I was there too. But once you start learning the science behind it and the brain and the energy and all of this, it makes sense as to why we visualize, why we feel. And so on a brain level, there is something in our brain called the reticular activating system, RAS. And what it does, its sole job is to keep us safe. And as the brain tries to do, or the brain does, and it looks for proof of what it believes. So say Jamie believes that she's good enough, or she doesn't believe that she's good enough. If she believes that she's good enough, her brain is going to filter out anything that might make her think she's not. And it's going to make her see the things that she thinks reflect that she is good enough. Because you'll see kids, before they have the belief, I'm not enough, they believe they are. And they'll draw a line and a squiggle and go, wow, mom, look at this. Look what I made. It's a dinosaur. Because their reticular activating system hasn't taught them that, they're not good enough. They're different than the tribe. They're not acceptable. They're not lovable, all the things. So the cool thing is we can teach our brain, our reticular activating system, to start looking for proof of things that we actually want. So here's the thing in our world. We're handed down a lot of crap. And if you want to go deep and spiritual like I like to do, let's go simple for a minute. We're handed down crap from our parents, from our family, from our society. But we're also handed down stuff ancestrally. Think about genetics getting popped down the chain and popped down to you. We're handed down crap collectively. If you believe in past lives, stuff just gets handed down. And I believe there are souls like you and me that come into family lines and we go, I'm gonna cut this out. This that came before me, while it feels familiar and comfortable and keeps me safe and part of the tribe, I do not feel like myself. Something is lacking, something is missing. I feel quite unmotivated and dead inside. So the beautiful thing, which I didn't realize for years, is that we have choice. That's the thing with manifesting. If we don't think that we have choice, then why would we do this? It's like, okay, and I lived in this for a lot of years, that I was victim to life. I grew up around victim mentality, and so I took it on as well. And it's like, oh, this horrible thing came and I'm stuck here and I'm helpless and I don't know how to get out of this. And yeah, things happen to us in life that are beyond our control. But for the purpose of manifesting, when some old habitual pattern, we're using the example of not good enough. So all these thoughts about how awful you are, how you'll never amount to what you want to amount to, how you're not capable, how you're not beautiful enough or smart enough to get what you want, come into your head. You are the aware observer of that. So it seems like it has us. And it's like, yep, that's me. And I've had that my whole life. And it's kind of become a personality trait at this point. And I don't know how to get out of that. And it's going to seem like a drug addiction. It's so strong, but you can stand grounded in the middle of that storm and go, oh, no, no, thank you. That was passed down to me. And at this point, it's a rut in my brain. It's a neuron that's firing that working with my reticular activating system in my brain has found proof of what it believes. Now, if you grew up in a family that they told you always in a society you're good enough, you might not have the same skills as someone else, but for your purpose, why you're on this planet, for your life and the fulfillment of your life, you have everything that you need. You are not lacking at all. And there's nothing wrong with your emotions and this and that. You would roll around and believe, same you, same mistakes, same humanity, same gifts, same weaknesses, that you're enough as you are. You'd have so much self-love and self-compassion, same life, because your brain would be looking for that. So it's so cool to go, oh my God, I'm not as stable as I thought I was, in a beautiful way. I'm fluid. I have the gift of neuroplasticity. My brain can change. My experience of life can change. I can program my brain by, which is what we're going to do today, visualizing, feeling what it is that we actually want, what it is that we want to experience in our life, what it is that we want to feel. And our brain starts to catch on and go, oh, this is what he wants to experience. He keeps focusing on this. Now, when you do stuff like this, sometimes we have these one and done miracles. Wonderful. But the way the brain works is your brain's been going in the direction it's been going in for a lot of years, for a long time. So in this work, it just requires patience. It requires, you know what, for the next 6 months, I'm going to catch every time I'm in whatever your goals are for this year, which we're going to talk about in a minute. I'm going to catch whenever I go down, I can't do that, or I'm not enough. And then, oh, no, thank you. That's a program that was handed down to me from God knows where. And I have choice. And while that's incredible because it kept me safe, never, ever, ever be mad at the stuff that's going on in your brain. It 100% is your defense mechanism and is there for a reason. It kept you safe. So you could belong to the tribe, so you could get the love and the needs that you needed met. But now you go, oh, I'm an adult. I have choice. I have a reticular activating system. I'm not stuck with this thing. I can control the ship. I can pull in new realities. Has nothing to do with whether I'm good or not or enough. It's just standard human condition. This is how energy works. This is how humans work. This is how brains work. Pretty cool stuff. Okay, so that's what we're going to play with today. So what I want you to do first is, if you don't have a journal or a notepad or sticky note or whatever near you, go ahead and grab, pull up your notes on your computer or a Word document or whatever you have. And instead of, we're gonna look at some goals and some intentions for the new year right now, loosely, right? Instead of thinking, this is what I want. Like, I was actually around a group of people last week who were talking about their goals and intentions, and it broke my heart a little bit how non-dream-like they were. It was like, I just want to make sure I have all my ducks in a row this year. And like, we're so used to thinking that way that we don't use our 5-year-old childlike imagination that we all should have been told, keep that. Don't throw that away. That's your gift. That's your light, right? So go big. It's just you and me and your journal and your computer right now. And instead of thinking this is my intention or this is what I want, I actually had this word shared with me and I thought it was beautiful. I want you to, if you want, put your hand on your heart and go into your heart's longings. So what if you had a year where you could manifest your heart's longings in a safe way? Your heart's not going to mess with you and go, oh, we're going to do this whole thing and change up your life in crazy ways. in safe, gentle baby step ways. You set the intention. You're driving the ship. So this year, I want to manifest my heart's longings in safe and gentle ways, letting my nervous system slowly catch up as she or he will, right? So I want you just to close your eyes and take a deep breath and put your hand on your heart. And I want you to imagine that you are immersed in the middle of nature. So wherever you go to, that first pops up in your mind, let that be the right one. And so just start to use your senses and see the colors around you, shapes, sounds, as if you're there in this safe space. Maybe you're at the mountains or at the beach, in the jungle. And nature is where you are at your core. So it's who you are, it's what you're made of. And I want you just to tune in here in your safe space with your hand on your heart. And I want you just to ask yourself, what do I long for? What do I long for? And maybe you sit here for a moment and breathe and reflect, or maybe it just starts pouring out onto the page. What have you always wanted? What if I told you sadly you didn't have much longer to live? Would you be so sad you didn't do? Have that depth and passion in your relationship. Go on that trip. Create that course. Write that book. Forgive that person. Take that dance class, whatever it is that you want to do. Take this next 5 minutes to just pour onto the page from your heart to the paper, your heart's longings. Don't think about it, just write. We're going to organize it in a moment. What do I not only want, but what do I long for that I might think is so ridiculous I'll never have it? Why am I even writing it down? Write that down. It's your chance to dream at the beginning of the year. Why not? Even if you haven't had it for 30 years, this is what I want. We're giving our reticular activating system new things to look for proof of in our reality of unlimited options. Beautiful. And now I want you just to tune in and look at your list. And we're just going to take a moment to create a category or categories. So see if there's a theme. Is it relationship going on, hobbies? For me, in my list, it was kind of how I wanted to show up. So I had things like love and peace in there, how you want to be, how you want to show up internally. Is it home life, family, play, career? And see if you can just label, give yourself, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 categories that everything in here would fit into. Scanning your list. I've got about relationship, play, how I want to show up. And once you have your categories, I want you just to place right in, put everything, organize it into your categories. So these longings I'm going to put under the relationship category because they're for a relationship. And these longings I'm going to put under how I want to show up in the world. And these longings I want to put under health. And these I want to put under play. Just take a moment to see what's most important to you. Knowing that you can always take longer with this exercise later today or this week. And hopefully, you have a little bit of organization going on right now. This doesn't need to be perfect, but I want you to trust yourself because we're really intuitive. I want you just to put your hand on your heart as you're looking at your list right now and truly ask yourself, does this make my heart feel lit up and expansive, or is this still coming maybe from my head? Or maybe it's coming from my heart, but it isn't important. So we're going to just narrow down to 1 or 2 things in each category because it might be something that you want that will manifest, but what is the most important to your heart? So, for example, if you have, 5 ways that you want to show up in the world: joyful, playful, loving, kind, happy, really tune in. Oh, wow, there's a real resonance in my heart with the word love. Okay, so we're going to put that one as the first thing in that category. So we're just narrowing it down to what our heart really wants. So just picking one thing in each category that's really important to you, and you'll feel a warmth or an expansion or a rightness or a knowing. You'll just get a sense. Don't worry about this being right or wrong. Just tune in, find that one thing that makes your heart sing in each category. Let yourself be so imperfect at this exercise. Just take a couple minutes to do that. Maybe you star the most important to your heart in each category. And now that you have a sense of these 5 things, one in each category that really ring true to you, trust in yourself, and you might be torn between a couple, that's okay. This just gives you a sense of what you deeply want and long for and deserve. This is there for a reason. Those feelings of warmth and lit up are coming from your soul. And so this gives us a better sense of just from the head of, oh, what's reasonable? What should I do this year? I want to lose more weight. It's like, no, I want to go see the animals in Africa when COVID's over. Really get that juicy, because that's where you really start living the life that you want. Okay, beautiful. So go ahead, put your music on, get comfortable in your space, and we're going to do a manifesting meditation now to bring this all home. And I'm just placing a link for music in here just in case some of you don't have any. Just get really cozy in your space, holding loosely in your heart the 4, 5, 6 things you narrowed it down to today, maybe less. There's no right or wrong. I just can't see you, so I have to guess. All right, beautiful. So let's take a couple deep breaths, welcoming all of our energy into the new year. You can even say out loud or quietly in your mind, I call all of my energy back from all time and space to right now, beginning of 2021. I'm right here, right now. I am me and only me, and I release any unwanted energies. I am me and only me, and I release any unwanted energies. I place myself into a full connection with my life force energy. My intention is to live from my heart's longings, from my soul, grounding it practically in the world. Deep breaths in and out as you settle into this space. I intend to give my brain, my reticular activating system, new things to look for in a world of unlimited potential. Who I have manifested thus far isn't me. It's an accumulation of thoughts passed down and believed in. When I really see that, it's profound. Not to discredit who I am, to have compassion for this being that has been created, and yet see this incredible potential of how I can heal and shift and manifest and align with the longings of my heart. Life is short, and that is what I wish to do. Deep inhales and exhales in and out. As you feel the connection of your body on the ground. The physical body starts to relax as you make your way fully into this energetic space. Nowhere to be, no one to be, nothing to do other than open up our energy system to call in, to attract the atoms that attract to like atoms that create a physical body. We are so powerful, our brain cannot comprehend it. Today, know that. Know in your bones your power. Take a deep breath in. Release the smallness. Know that you are safe in your power. As profound as it is, it's ordinary and human as well. Let the body settle into the space underneath of you. Inhaling, exhaling, everything softens in. And you find a nice, quiet, resting place in that nature scene that you saw before. Surrounded by Mother Earth, feeling, seeing, hearing her. Nothing to do but rest here for a breath. And we begin to tell Mother Nature the longings of our heart, the few things in each category that mean the most to us. Perhaps we've never claimed it before because we never thought it was possible. We never thought we were good enough or capable enough. But I invite you here with me in this safe space to say it out loud, even if fear comes up. Maybe it's safer to say it in your mind, but say it out loud to the nature around you in your mind. I want this and this and this, and I long for this, and I long for this and this. And as you place out the call, set the intention that any fear, any defense mechanism, any program that comes up between you and your longings, you will begin to observe and ask for healing. So, as fear or resistance or doubt arises as we create today, we say, okay, I see you, fear. I see you, doubt. I see you, judgment, pessimism. I see you. But you're just thought also passed down that my reticular activating system has looked for proof of. You're not true. You're one option of all the options. And as you arise, I will not take you for truth and say, well, I guess this means I can't have the thing. I will carry on with courage and bravery, and I will pray and surrender you up and say, Source, I have a longing and there's a fear that's coming up between me and it. Send me my healing for that. Send me a new way, a softer way. I keep my mind open to seeing something I perhaps have never seen before. So as those feelings of oh and ugh pop up, surrender them up. Show me my soul's truth instead of this. Heal this. Send me the teacher, the book, the guide, the course, the quote that I need to hear to shift this. And then carry on. Henry David Thoreau, go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you have imagined. Deep breath in and out as we set the intention to release the fears in the way of us and our longings, that they be healed and shifted gently, safely, and easily. As we move deeply into theta brainwave state with our intention, our body is relaxed. And if our mind pulls us back, We know that we are the chooser. We're just showing, hey, brain, these feelings, these images, this is what I want you to look for. So as we settle a little bit deeper within our own space, in our mind's eye, we begin to see this beautiful pyramid of light. It's moving in from the ceiling above you. It's gold and bright, and it moves in over your body. And it comes over and encompasses your entire body, life-sized pyramid. Above the head, behind, on all sides, underneath. It feels familiar here, and you take a moment to get acquainted in this space. Warm and bright, this is a pyramid of unlimited potential. All options, all possibilities in time and space exist here. As the powerful creator of our heart's longings, we begin to settle a little bit deeper into this creation portal within which we have currently arrived. And in this space, I invite you to pick one of your heart longings, or perhaps all 3, 4, 5, 6. And as if you're watching a movie, rolling through one at a time, or just one that you're putting your entire heart into because it feels right today. You begin to enter the parallel universe of this happening already. You are the creator of it first internally, and then you will see it reflected in the outside world. So you begin to allow yourself permission with playfulness to feel what it would feel like to have this first heart longing. You begin to notice the colors of the scenes, the way that you look, the way that you feel. You begin to pick out the sounds around you, the expressions on other people's faces, positively impacted by your longing. You don't need to know how this will come about, or when, or if. We're just plugging a new program into our brain, communicating between divinity and humanity. As you take time on your own now to feel, to see, to sense, to imagine one or all of your longings held in the safe space of this pyramid, calling to you that which you long for. with gentleness and joy, taking this last moment to see, to feel, to hear. What would it be like right now if I had this or these things? I feel it first, and then the universe aligns according to bring forth the creation of my heart. Breathing it in as any uncomfortable feelings arise, surrendering those up to be healed. Show me the way. My heart's longings make me feel, fill in the blank with a positive word. Happy, enough, fulfilled, joyful, alive, expansive. Let that energy permeate through your entire being, spreading from head to fingers to toes, expanding 2 feet around you on all sides. In this space, you are a satellite receptor calling in these energies. Deep breath. As you notice, this beautiful, safe pyramid of light starts to move up and out over your head, carrying with it your heart's longings all the way up to source, right into that golden light, the creation of all that is. Releasing your attachment to when, to how, to why, and simply creating for the joy of creating because it's a right of humanity. As that releases, you begin to become more aware that your body is on the surface. You are on furniture and you are in your room. And you're deeply breathing in and out of your body. Really aware that you are connected. You are here. You are breathing. Placing your awareness right behind your eyes. Plugging yourself into your body. Aware of your presence on the earth. I release all that which is not mine to carry anymore. And I call back all of my own energy, plugged into my heart's longings, plugged into my power. One more deep breath. Release. Becoming a bit more aware that you're here. You're in the morning. And slowly starting to allow some more movement into the body as you wiggle and stretch. And then in your own time, very slowly opening your eyes to the day whenever you're ready.